This is how I made Plinko in 3 hours. Now, if you don't know what Plinko is, let me enlighten you. It's a luck-based game where you have a board with pins and you drop a ball down. At the bottom of the board, there are different exits, and what I did for this challenge is make the player get a different reward according to the hole it landed in. Keep in mind that the reward doesn't have to be positive for every hole, so there can be stuff like times 7 or times 0.2 and that kind of stuff. Alright, so that's all you need to know about Plinko, and now it's actually time to start talking about the challenge. Alright, so the first thing I did was build the Plinko board where, everything would happen, and I also made the ball that would be used. And it took me 30 minutes, which was so unnecessarily long, it's actually dumb. And so, this next part was actually the ball spawner, so the players could actually get a ball. And I spent a good while just scripting the buttons so it actually worked. I spent like another 20 minutes on that. It was really bad. And of course, it didn't work first try. And so after fixing it, I continued to test the ball, make sure it rolls down the board. And then I ended up adding a green ball to show where the player is placing the ball. But let's just say that didn't work out. I ended up scrapping it in the end, so it was another time waste. And it was starting to look like I wasn't gonna make it on time. But anyways, I continued to make a little text at the bottom saying that you can't drop the ball if you're not in the ball dropping area. And so I scripted that in. I think that was actually a good one. So now you couldn't just drop the ball anywhere. And this is when I realized I had so little time left. I had to get to scripting the multipliers immediately. So I made some of the holes and I marked them with what multiplier they had. So I started with 15, I made 7, 3, 0.5, and 0.2. So those are all the multipliers you could get, but I did end up changing them a little bit later. And I got straight to scripting after that. And as I watched the time pass by, I was getting more and more desperate. And I would try my best here to actually finish on time. But let's just say scripting really isn't that easy. And finally, after all that time I spent, yes, you saw right. I cheated. Now at this point, I just went ahead and I tested it out. I took the ball, I went to the ladder, I had 5 cash, and I dropped it down. And so now if you go and play the game, you will notice that there is a new leader stat, which is max cash, which is your all-time score. So I did add a little bit extra, but it's just to add replayability to the game. And so tell me what your high score is. Mine is 150 billion. Now just keep in mind, I kept the game single player because I don't know how it works in multiplayer. So it's better to keep it like that to prevent too many bugs from happening. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be loads. And then you can only change your bet while you have a ball on you, like while you're holding a ball. And you have to change your bet every time you get a new ball. If you don't change it, it just sets up 5 automatically. Well, I guess that's how I made Plinko in 3 hours. Tell me what I should do next in the comment section down below. And a like and subscribe would be very much appreciated, so maybe go hit those buttons down below. Thank you for watching, and bye.
Isn't this just a gambling game?
No.